call this meeting to order. Please stand for the flag salute. Jim Gibson, will you lead us tonight, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jim. Tammy, will you take us to the roll call, please?
Yes, I will. Those present are Mayor Shaw, excuse me, council members Baker, Rock, Armbruster, Kemp, and McVeigh. Staff present, myself, Tammy Justice, Bill Cameron, Adam Lyons, Darren Perry, Jim Gibson, Matt Russell, Lieutenant MacGyver, and Brady. And everybody's here tonight.
Thank you. Look for approval of agenda, please, council.
I move to approve the agenda.
Second. I move to amend the agenda under new business, appointment of Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay. So there's a motion to amend the agenda.
Second.
There's a motion, and a second to amend the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, now I'll look for approval of the amended agenda.
I move to approve the amended.
Tried to amend it and seconded. Or you moved it first and we seconded, then he amended it.
Okay, so we've approved it. Yes, you're right. Okay. Tom, I guess now I'll look for approval of the consent agenda, please.
Move approval of the consent agenda to include February 2025 claim vouchers 8450 through 8464 and 3 EFTs in the amount of $24,443.79. Certified and approved February 25th. February 11th meeting minutes and February 2025 payroll in the amount of $37,343.25. February treasurer's report and March claim vouchers 8465 to 8488 in the amount of $65,621.60, which have been audited and verified by the audit committee.
Second.
There's a motion, and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 5-0. Thank you, council. Now go to public comment. Nobody signed up?
No.
We have no public comment, so we'll go to staff reports and we'll just go around the room. So, Lieutenant MacGyver, you want to go? Or Mr.
Absolutely.
Brady? Lieutenant Brady, whichever one.
No, we're passing the torch now. Brady gets to just be here and look good sitting next to me. So, nothing, super outstanding for last month within the city. There were a total of 101 calls for service within the city of Rainier. That includes traffic stops, suspicious circumstances, you can imagine, and calls for service. But we didn't have anything that is sticking out as far as the numbers go. No major problem areas. We have a house up on Tipsy Loop that had a recurring quarter violation thing when that individual's been arrested. So of note, that would be about it. No major property crimes. We had talked last month about the burglary call at the school, which was the shed there. That has popped up on this month's statistics, but that's the only major property crime that's taken place in the city. Of course, the primary calls for service are the area checks and traffic stops. Other than that, nothing of major note. The numbers are relatively the same, if not decreased, from the month prior in January. And so things seem to be moving along quite normally.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions for me? No.
Thank you. Matt, you got anything?
Not too much. Last month there were 28 calls for service inside city limits here, and about the same as was for January. I'm not sure why, but that's about double the normal. And I don't really know why. It just could just be one of those statistical anomalies. It just there wasn't anything, any recurrent places. It was just kind of all spread out. So it was something to keep an eye on. But both January and last month were basically double the call
Matt? Okay, thank you. Jim?
So this month's been a little bit busier for us. The building department and I have been working on multiple projects together. We have some violations we're working through within the city. We also have a couple permits that are starting to become more active. We're working with Jason's Greenhouse, trying to come to some agreements with them and get them able to permit their project in here. I think we're finding a way forward to make that happen. So that's some good news for our that landowner in the city. That'll be a nice boon to the city if we're able to get him to build and be here. We're working through the fence violation here over at this house just across the intersection there. A new owner there, and they are looking to possibly go through the same variance process the original owner did. You guys did hear that about a year ago. Now as new owner, she has the right to ask for that same process. She's making a decision at this point on whether she'll go forth with that or not. So it may end up in front of you guys again. What else are we working on? The corner here where the U-Hauls are at, we are working with them. It is a violation to, well, let me put it this way. It's a zoning violation to have the vehicles there. I'm working through that via letters and notifications, and we'll work through that, continue to work through it, and let you know how that goes as we progress through that. I do have a couple, there's 2 proposed short plats up on Tipsoo. There's another proposed short plat off of Murphy Lane. Those are all in the infancy of their projects, so those are coming along. Seattle Street back here, we talked about the grading that had started back there. They've removed all the dirt on the Ohms half. The other half has that existing house on it. They did contact me last week about wanting to subdivide that portion now too. So we may have a few building permits this year. Last year was pretty quiet for building permits, but it looks like we may see high single digits or low double digits, whether that's towards the end of 25 or early 26. We're just not sure yet. And we had a planning commission meeting last month. We'll have another one again next week, and we're working through the comp plan amendments. So the state passed many new laws last year that required our comp plan to be updated and amended to adjust for all of those new requirements they have. Much of it is for housing density, residential, affordable living, things like that we're having to make changes to our comp plan for. So you will see that as we work through that with Planning Commission and ultimately in front of you for adoption. I think that's about it.
Very detailed, thank you. Any questions for Jim?
Any movement on the brewery?
We're going to do a pre-submission with them. That's the first step of facts finding for them to let them know what's required and necessary to meet the code and build within town. They're still the big, we're going to have a meeting with them and let them know. But no applications yet.
Can you let me know when that is?
Yes.
Anything else? Thank you, Jim. Aaron?
Okay, Public Works, since the last council meeting, I have graduated from the apprenticeship program. I've now got my junior level certification. We got our new Public Works truck purchased, outfitted, on the road, and just a smidge under $10,000 under what we budgeted. And we got a nicer truck than we had bargained for, so I'm super happy about that. We were able to finish up our Alaska Street water repair with the paving. That was delayed because of the cold weather, but we got that sealed up. We did our meter reads. We were able to sell 2 of our old vehicles for surplus and got a very fair price for both of them. Got curb stops installed down at the pickleball courts at that parking lot. We're anticipating finishing the rest of the parking lots and then striping the parking lots as soon as the weather turns a little nicer. We were able to do quite a bit of maintenance along Binghamton with the right-of-ways, putting some gravel down. Paul has pressure washed the church, the fence, the sidewalks around it, and it looks outstanding. And we have Adam coming out on Thursday to do some fire flow testing so we can seal up our water system plan and get that finished.
Thank you. Any questions for Theron?
Do we get a striping company or do you stripe it yourself?
We have a striper, and so we're gonna attempt to do it ourselves. I don't think it's that difficult, and so we're gonna do it ourselves.
Adam?
Yes, I'll be out on Thursday to finish the hydrant testing to complete the model and the water system plan. So hopefully getting that wrapped up soon and hoping the DOH doesn't require more data. As well as the comprehensive plan, I just saw word that it's being wrapped up and reviewed. So hopefully I'll have an update maybe next meeting on that. That's it for me.
Any questions for Adam? Thank you, Adam. Dennis?
I attended TRPC last week. Not a lot going on. Intercity Transit is working on expanding its routes and looking at moving toward more hydrogen-powered buses rather than electric buses, because electric buses don't have the mileage that they need to meet some of the routes. But one interesting thing that came out of the discussion was that you can get from here to SeaTac on the bus for about $3.50. You leave from the two transit centers in either Lacey or Olympia to Lakewood and then straight into SeaTac. A lot cheaper than driving or parking. Save a lot of hassle. And then I'm working on something else that's unrelated to this but does apply to the city. I paid my property taxes and I questioned why are the residents of the city of Rainier paying property taxes to Thurston County PUD? And nobody at the assessor's office could answer that question. They referred me to PUD and they were totally, all they could say was the government. Well, that's a big term. So I went to talk to our county commissioner. They're going to do some research and find out who in fact authorized taxation of everybody, even though we don't belong to the PUD and receive no services from the PUD. So when I get some answers, I'll come back, because it affects all of us. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Thank you for looking at your tax statement so detailed, Dennis. I'm glad you have time to do that. It'll be interesting what your answer is going to find out. Cool. Thank you, Dennis. Any questions for Dennis? Ron?
To your regional transit board tomorrow, and it's an in-person meeting this month, so get to drive up to TRPC. That's it for me.
Any questions for Ron? Thank you, Ron. Tom?
Last month, Thurston County Emergency Management meeting got canceled. So we'll be meeting again Thursday after next, and we'll be just following up on what we need to be setting up for the summer months, and things that we need to get talking about for fire dangers and stuff, which could be pretty high this year. So other than that, our radio checks went well. Everybody's working very hard at it, and our shelters are all prepared, and as you can see, the Rainier Church has started a Monday food drive for seniors and for poor folks. So it's a lot of good stuff going on right now. So that's about all I got.
Thanks, Tom. Any questions for Tom? Ryan?
Nothing.
Any questions for Ryan? Thank you, Ryan. Maureen? Any questions for Maureen? Thank swearing. Your turn. What do you got going, Bill?
Well, I looked at my tax bill when it came in, and I was so startled, I didn't have a chance to look at anything else. I just paid, well, of course, nothing like what Uncle Sam wants either. But I went, with Jim to the last planning commission meeting, and, in addition to our comprehensive plan, we have to change some of our ordinance, so I started working on those, and I sent it out. So, it was kind of slow typing.
Okay.
But I got it started. It's probably all screwed up.
Sounds good. Anything else?
That's enough.
Okay. Any questions? Bill? You always bring humor to this meeting.
Well, I gotta bring something.
That's for sure.
What else you gonna get out of that?
That's right. You wanna go first? You want me
I
to go
don't have anything.
first? Tammy?
I know. I know. I don't have anything to say.
Going to you first then.
I don't have anything to say. Can you believe it?
Any questions for Tammy?
That's the first time.
I don't have much. I just got, it's all positive stuff. My mayor's meeting will be this Friday at Tenino. I want to give a shout out to Shelley and Miranda, who did a great job while Tammy was gone on vacation. Every day I came in, they were happy, and I don't know if that was happy because you were gone, but they held the fort down well. I know Dennis, I think you stopped in also, but it's nice to have them enough experience now that Tammy feels that she can get a well-deserved vacation when she has earned it and needs to go. And I know, I think she felt good, but I wanted to let her know that they can do a good job.
Perfect, thank you.
Everybody should check out her new furniture.
Oh, yeah, I did get my
Big
email.
improvement.
New furniture in Tammy's office. I had told you before that we were starting to clean up the front entrance to the Public Works. I know Theron didn't mention that today, but tomorrow we've got 20 yards of topsoil coming to level that off and start putting it back together. We're getting the sign. I told you guys all that. We're going to hydroseed that up there. We're not putting a sprinkler system in, but we're going to just water it with the hose up there. That'll save us a lot of money and get those animals back out front. But just when you see dirt being delivered tomorrow, if you do, it's just to level up that entry area and get that cleaned up. Public Works, they're just doing an amazing job cleaning up the property up there, organizing everything. It's just doing a great job. I'm not sure why Paul came, unless you wanted kudos, because I was going to give one, but we started mowing yesterday and today, and Paul did a great job over in the church. He pressure washed all the fence and the entryway, which is probably the best it's ever looked. If you have to drive by, make sure you look at the walkway going up to the front door. So they've been doing a great job. I know at the last meeting we talked about how you cleaned up going up to Military, cutting down all those trees and stuff, Paul. But all three of them are doing a great job, and I can't, it's just a great team up there, Karen.
We have the best team on the planet.
Yeah, so a lot of good things going on, and I'm looking forward to when the weather breaks and they start really taking care of everything. So, that's all I have. Any questions for me? Did you want to say something, Paul?
I just came in to hear that. So I gotta go now.
I don't think any of us have
I'm
seen.
waiting for a pizza, so I figured I'd come and see what you guys are all doing.
I was wondering why you walked in. I don't think any of us have seen you cleaned up either.
Yeah, when you first walked in, because he didn't have his Public Works card on, I'm like, who the heck is that?
Thanks, Paul. Okay, we'll move on to new business, which Dennis added, I guess we didn't do it at the last meeting, Mayor Pro Tem.
We do this every year. I would like to nominate Councilmember Baker to be the 2025 Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay.
Do you accept?
No, can I decline?
No.
Is there a second?
I
Yes, there was a
You
second.
seconded. Okay.
There's a motion, a second to appoint Councilwoman Baker as the Mayor Pro Tem. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
I wasn't.
What, was it 3-2?
Yes.
Did you vote, Tom?
Oh, it's, you get to break the tie.
2-2, Tom tiebreaker.
You seriously
I
doubt?
seriously want to decline.
I was going with aye.
Okay, I'll say nay.
So do we want to nominate somebody else, Dennis?
No, I don't.
Tom? Do you want to nominate somebody?
You're on it, Tom.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Motion and a second to nominate Tom as Mayor Pro Tem. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Tom will be our Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you, council. We'll now go to any old business. Okay,
Move or adjourn?
Second?
so motion and a second to adjourn. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting officially adjourned 5:22 PM. Thank you, council.